Welcome, everybody, to our daily gun show. Coming to you live every weeknight at midnight Eastern, and we talk about guns for about an hour. So, I'm going to be taking a look at the Kalashnikov platform tonight. It's Thursday, and opening up my phone here, we'll take a look to start off with maybe some of the stuff that we're taking a look for the SHOT Show. If this will work, let's find out. If this is to do it or not. Maybe it is, maybe it isn't. I guess we'll find out. Oh, somebody's waking up because I'm saying stuff, maybe. I'm gonna shut off the other computer now. You waking up? Go back to sleep. All right, so taking a look at the phone here, I think one of the first things or the last things to take pictures of was this miniature. That's a quarter right there, a regular size quarter. So this is a little miniature AK that found at the antique gun shop or gun show after SHOT Show. Got a couple of pictures of that. I did see some other AK related stuff at that show, but not a ton of it, and I don't think I got any pictures of it. Let's see, going back down into the last days of the show, walking around, did some videos of some flashlights and stuff. Bunch of knife videos in here. There might be some pictures of AK stuff with all this knife stuff, though, because I went to the Century booth. Was it Century or PSA? I guess it was Century. Somewhere in here I got Boker stuff, and I probably should have got the Boker AK47. So let's see what I got as far as Boker. You know what? I don't think I did. They only had one Kalashnikov one. I must have got pictures of it, though. Let's see. It'll be after all of this stuff and after all of this. There it is. So this is a sign, potentially. Damascus version of one of their AK designs. Not necessarily my favorite. Keith's out there. Good evening. $520 for this one. You waking up? He's not doing too much better today, but he ate a little food before. He wipe some of that snots out of your eyes there, buddy. He ate a little food before and puked up about a quarter of it. So he's still got about 3/4 of a belly of food, well, a handful of food in him. And he walked around a little bit. Started sneezing at the end of walking around. Otherwise, he's doing all right, I think. Doing okay. A couple of kisses. There. Let's get rid of this phone. Let's see. Uh-oh. See, that was only one sneeze, though. It's not too bad. That would have been a sneezing fit a couple of days ago. And he's not snotting as much. It used to be that a sneezing fit, and then there'd be white snots coming out. There's no snots no snots coming out this time, let's say. Gonna stream to Roku, so probably won't chat. Oh, okay. Thanks for the stream to Roku. Is that through YouTube or through our Roku channel? So I think technically we got both. So what's wrong with this? Okay, so now we'll go back out of here. I think he's gonna fall asleep sitting up again. So that'll happen. All right. So that was at the Boker booth. They had a bunch of, well, actually they didn't have a bunch. They had a couple of the AK ones. All right, so now we get to PSA, right? They have Yeah, it was PSA. PSA had the Sturmgewehr looking thing, STG-44. So got some photos of that thing. It's super heavy. I'm trying to think if I've ever held one of these things in real life. I don't know. I don't think I have. But I've been next to people that were rattling them and fiddling with them, and this thing seems more solid than the ones I've seen or experienced. So this is the Chinese style AK that they're making. He went to sleep, so we're going to put his blanket on him. So he stays warm in there. Thanks to American Airlines a million years ago. Got this little blanket that he's still using today. Right, now he's underneath of there. All right, so there's the Chinese one, pretty decent. You can see some of the detail that they've got going on. Chinese selectors. It shoots from full or semi, in semi of course, but you can shoot from both positions. The paint, it's a very good thing. The paint is the thing that I guess the only thing that I'm like, well, it's black, and the Chinese stuff was a little more bluey, but it's petty, and the wood, I guess, petty. It's a different wood, so it's just going to have different characteristics of the stain and stuff. But they got the brass bolster in there, so it's super neat, very cool. If I was collecting guns, I'd definitely get one of these. Then they've got some other ones. This one is kind of a Rudy Tooty laminated stock. Some people dig that. Grip to match. To me, that seems kind of a la 2007 era, but nice little US made AK underneath of all that. Then some faux Century Series furniture, pretty decent. However, what do we got going on here? Some kind of an AR magwell. I'm not going to go ahead and be okay with that. Some people are okay with that stuff, but you know what? Like, you could put a macaroni funnel in there too. That doesn't make it right. Let's see. Otherwise, it looks like what's it trying to be? I don't know what it's trying to be. Some kind of 90-degree gas block looking thing. Oh, does it even tell me there? Soviet arms. So I don't know what they're trying to do there. It's probably some variant I'm not a fan of. Like a Sega conversion or something. I don't know. But I'm sure it's USA made, and I'm sure it is using AR mags. Some people need that, right? You can't handle rocking a mag in. So what do we got going on here? A brace, a folding mechanism for the brace, a standard polymer grip, some kind of dust cover with a rear sight, so like a pistol style gas block or dust cover, and PAKP mag. Then some kind of Romanian RPD kind of era looking upper, and I don't know what that handguard's supposed to be, but ridged on top and smooth on the bottom. I can't get over that. That's interesting. And then it's a pistol. So that's called the Soviet Arms Crank. What does that mean? Does that say plans for 762 by 39, 556, 300 blackout, and 545? 8.3-inch barrel will accept most aftermarket crank furniture. The smallest worldwide use AK is coming soon. Okay, so I guess this is on the way. Coming soon, it even says right there. Coming soon. So that's a pistol crank. So it's sort of a Bulgarian crank, but not really. Kind of interesting. So I guess that's coming from PSA. Didn't talk to him, just took the pictures. And then someone had asked to take pictures of that STG 44 thing. I'm glad I took pictures of that because I didn't know. I guess this is my video of it. Yeah, look at my super steady cam video of it. It's pretty good. So I guess I'll have a video of that coming. Here's what it looks like compared to an AK. As soon as I figure out how to post all these pictures off of this phone, I'll be posting those. Let's see, what else do we got? We do have some more AK stuff here. Looks like as I was walking past, oh man, this must have been a trigger booth. Whose booth was this that I was walking past? Does it say right here? Genesis Arms. BHM. So it's some sort of a underfolder, Romanian underfolder, backwards deal. I don't remember what this. I think I was just walking by. Yeah, I remember walking by, and I was like, "Hey, hold on, Pink. I'm taking pictures of this." And then I was kind of playing with the phone, doing the portrait mode, trying to get it to focus on the gun and leave the background fuzzy. I don't know if I accomplished it. Maybe I accomplished it on this one. Black Hat Manufacturing, BHM. It looks like they make this thing because there's their logo on the side. It's essentially a battlefield pickup of a Romanian underfolder. Super nice gun. They're super rare for a minute. It's the Magpul t-shirt wall. Did I get pictures of Magpul furniture? I don't think I did, but they do have these new DACA cases everybody's all stoked about. Pretty neat idea, pretty clever Lego kind of system for keeping a nice, neat, and modular and reusable rifle case. Pretty smart. Seems like 3D printers could have come up with that a long time ago. Here's a couple of pictures of 7.62x39. You don't see enough of that at the show. Just random pictures of 7.62x39. This is an AK show after all. All right, as you can see, I took a lot of knife videos, a lot of knife pictures. This is all from Friday. What was this? More knife stuff. Knife, 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 kniffy. All these different ways of saying knife. And then that's from Nemo Arms, and then from somebody else. Nemo did have this gun, though, which is the Battle Light AK 7.62x39 with a 16-inch barrel, 32-inch overall, and a 6.5-pound situation where it's essentially an AR with AK mags. Well, weird AR versions of 7.62x39 mags. But you don't see too many of those rifles, so there's that. More knives. Every morning, I would get some of this spinach, put it in a blender with some protein powder and half a lime and a bunch of water, and zip that up into a slurry and drink it. And that's how you can stay healthy all the time. Let's see what else do we got. This cool gun, couldn't get around, couldn't get to check it out. They wouldn't tell me about it or show it to me or nothing. But I still took pictures of it. They couldn't stop me from taking pictures of it. Then we had this company with an AK-12. How cool would have this been? They had this sitting on the table. I don't know if it's showing up. It's like a 12-gauge AK without the barrel, but it was just because of the way they took the picture. For whatever reason, at the edge of their catalog, it looks like a little crazy SBR 12 SBS, I guess, but it's just a picture of their gun without the barrel on it for whatever reason. So MDC had these wooden, essentially Sega 12s. Maybe they're Vepers. They might be Vepers, but Bowers made it the Tula plant instead of the Ishmash plant. But it's kind of hard to know. They're essentially at every show. Downstairs somewhere there'll be AK shotguns, the same way there's Turkish shotguns. Only now I guess they're probably coming from some alternative source than the factories directly. So maybe these were sitting somewhere long enough to not be Russian anymore, or maybe they were sitting somewhere as parts and assembled somewhere to not be Russian. It's kind of hard to say. This was AK related. On one of the patch swaps in the main building, I found this one. E and L had a pretty big AK patch. It's a Chinese underfolder, or a Chinese spike underfolder. So a cool patch. I haven't done an AK spike yet. This one is only about 6 inches long, so it's kind of a medium size. There's your standard kind of small rifle patch next to it. And this was on a patch wall, so I couldn't snag it or nothing. But definitely be curious if somebody knows where to grab that one. I'd like to have one. I should have held my my own patch up next to that one for comparison. Let's see. This was a giant Connie Orso or whatever. Saw him a few times. He was not having a good show. Kept laying down all the time. Let's see. This was a shirt. The style, the cool hip thing to do now is to get a Hawaiian shirt and put put some kind of gun pattern into the Hawaiian shirt. That started being a thing a few years ago, and now a bunch of people are into it. There's whole companies that do this stuff. I think this is essentially like a Chinese kind of version of it. Some guy just said he got this shirt offline. He didn't know what name of the company it was. And it's just poppies and Kalashnikovs. Nice combo. All right, so digging in more to AK stuff. All right, so this would be Seattle Engraving Center. The state of Seattle has an engraving center, and this is a bunch of gold AKs. So people like gold AKs for whatever reason, and in the state of Seattle, they have an engraving center, and you can have your AKs engraved or gold plated, I guess. So a bunch of underfolder AKs, and they're all the same. So I did the same with mine. Black grip, black pistol grip. They did a wood front. I don't like the wood front with my gold ones. I like black plastic up front, but everybody's got their own taste. Some people like the ivory. The people that hate animals put the ivory up front. Yeah, kind of neat. Trying to get pictures of gold isn't easy. Here's some wood stock models, which look bad with the black pistol grips, but whatever. I think they had a engraved one also that I didn't get pictures of. So this is EKOL AK. This is an air rifle, and I don't know, just took pictures of it. It's an AK pattern air rifle. So they did that okay. They put the gas tube underneath, so okay. And I have no idea why. So the barrel's on top of this thing, gas tube, piston, everything underneath. So no idea. A goofy magazine, and there you go. All right. So that happened. This is not AK stuff. Let's keep going. Oh, snap. So this was interesting. Turns out this dude's from the Pennsylvania Gunsmithing School, Pennsylvania. So that's a crate where you can buy a bunch of their guns, and that's one of their guns on top of it. This is a video going over a bunch of their different tools for builders. Very interesting. This is Recreator Blanks. So that's their logo and some of their forged components for their US-made AKs. Made in Pennsylvania, if I remember correctly. No wonder the dude went to Pennsylvania Gunsmith School. So they make a bunch of different fixtures now for building, and super hardcore compared to other tools that I've used or experienced. This is their underfolder, shipping now from what I understand. Then you've got some other forged components. Yeah, more pictures of it. Spent some time checking that thing out. This is the new assault revolver. Kind of weird. Here's that otter, or what DJ's out here. Here's a big giant picture of that otter from last year's patch. And then somewhere they had, this is this year's patch. Get your bug smashing patch. Let's see. This was a pretty cool thing. Not AK related, but pretty cool deal. Ballistic gel with bone-like polymers inside for doing different kind of testing. Let's see what we got going on here. So we've got this, a goofy 9mm version of an AK. So basically 9mm pervasive. It's like a mold, or a slime mold, or some kind of a gross thing that grows on other things, like a parasitic mold that stinks. And what happens is AKs are minding their business, being awesome. They came along like an invasive, stinky mold, and they got all in the AKs. So now this is what happens to your AKs when you get 9mm all in them. Now, should they have done this with 45 ACP? Yes, of course. They should have made AKs in 45 ACP. It would have been a perfect match for a good idea. But instead, you get all this 9mm stuff. So I documented it. You know, it needs to be done. People are going to be embarrassed, and they're going to act like, oh no, I never made a stupid 9mm AK. Oh no, you did. Here it is. We're not going to forget that. So I don't know if that's airsoft or what, but I took some pictures of it without any context. That's always a good idea. This is not an AK, but it's a pump shotgun that folds. I wonder how many people took a picture of that or a video at that. What else do we got going on here? Scrolling through, what do we got here? Great Ghost Precision and another AK. So it says SAR 308. Not sure why. And you got your European style situation with this stock on it. So I guess that's okay now. Nobody cares. And this handguard, it's reminiscent of Magpul Slash, that company from Ohio a long time ago. It was the same brand. Let's see how good this phone is. SAR 308. So I don't know why they're calling it a SAR 308. It's definitely not in 308. But there's another one. A SAR 151. Oh, these are SARS Malarses. Okay. So that bottom one is probably down here, and then here's this SARS Malars. So this one is your adjustable length stock, which may also fold according to this. Hold on, we have an update on Baby. Baby has woke up again and turned around, and he's looking over here. What's up? What's up, baby? So yesterday he would have been puking right now. What's happening today? He's doing better, I think. He's got a little bit of snot coming out of his eyeball. Wipe some of that snot off your eyeball. And then his nose is pretty dry. Is that snot? What's going on with this? It's going to get this snot off your eyeball. Oh, it's dried on there. It was very viscous. It was very sticky snot on his eyeball. Oh, it's still on there. Come on. Give me your eyeball snot already. What he does is he pulls it all back into his eye because he wants to keep it. It makes it look like he's crying over here. He's using it for the emotional factor. All right, what's happening here? You're going to go back to sleepy? You're waking up? Going back to sleepy. What's happening? He's not coughing, so I think he's doing better. All right, going back to sleepy? Uh-oh. I spoke too soon. Got a little bit of a cough there, buddy. So I'm not saying that Ghost Tactical gave this dude a bunch of cigarettes while I was gone, but he gave me a bunch of cigarettes while I was in Vegas. So I don't know what could have happened on this side of this situation. So, hey, let's not puke on my stuff here. Sorry for the grossness, but he's a baby. He's having his puppy situation. All right, so he does have some snot coming out of his nose. But he's doing better. That would have been throw ups yesterday and a lot more aggressive coughing. Feel better? Right, I think he's doing okay. He's going to fall asleep again. So you had to wake up to gag a little bit and then dry heat, I suppose. All right, go back to sleep. He does have 3/4 of a tiny belly of food in him, so at some point he's going to want to do some kind of business outside, I imagine. You're going to want to do some business outside one of these days? Nope, he's just sitting here. He's eyeballing me. He's just sitting here. All right, he's just going to monitor what we're doing here. All right, so this is, I'm pretty sure, a folding stock. If you look at the way the buttons and whatnots are, that could easily be a new take on a folding stock. I don't know if anybody's following these Lars Molarses. What do you think of the SARS Malars? He's not okay with it. It makes him cough a little bit. I agree with him. SARS Malars. I don't know how to pronounce that. So I'm not sure what the story is on those. Maybe somebody does. I did get a picture of him. Here's that other dog I was talking about before. What's he got on there? Radical defects, a fur missile, and a strobe. Those are cool. It's got something on some kind of a bungee or something there. That's kind of nice. All right, what's happening? All right, now we keep going. Mentioned some of the Hawaiian shirts with things going on. This one has your helicopters and your Mac 10s, one of my favorites. Your cigarette boats, and your M16s and your AK47s. This one, same thing, I guess. M16. Got your AK47 folding stock under there, cigarette boat, Mac 10. And then different color combo, I guess. These are Otte, O-T-T-E. Probably one of the first companies to really do it. Let's see what else we got going on for AK stuff. I believe I wouldn't be taking pictures of stuff unless it was AK stuff. So this is a AR mag, but underneath of it is, see that stock under there? So this is a company that makes fixtures for the machinery that makes these types of parts. So that's another kind of facet you'll find at the SHOT Show, is the companies that make the machines that can make parts like these. So we hear about triangle side folders, so it used to be super expensive and rare, and now we see people are coming up with new ways of making them. We got a gas tube right there. All I got to do is take the dimensions and buy the machinery, and then now you can make your own. So, what used to take Cold War infrastructure now takes some investment. All right, so did some patch trading there, got some robot pictures, got a another version of a 22 LR Gatling gun. It's not cool anymore, though. It used to be cool, now it's not cool anymore. Okay, somebody's getting sick of all this. He doesn't like any of this. Is it because we're talking about guns? What's wrong? What's wrong? Are you going to sleepy? Are you going to sleepy? Can't tell. He's going to sleepy, I'm pretty sure. Let's get this back on you. Put this under here. Put this under here. And here comes Obi-Wan puppy. Let me just sit here. I got my microphone back. Thank you. I'll just sit here being wise. Super cold in here. So now he is back to being warm again. So I'll be putting up most of these pictures when I get a chance to. Oh, look at this! I didn't realize I could do this. What do we got here? Usually, I'm not taking pictures of stuff unless it is AK stuff. Oh, so this was when I was standing next to the Maxim booth, and they had all these skateboards. I thought that was pretty cool. So they've got skateboards across the top of all of their different racks there. I think that was pretty cool. I think I was just waiting for somebody standing in front of their booth one time. So, I wonder why it decides to do stuff like that. It's interesting. All right, so here was a Doberman. You don't see enough Dobermans at shot. So here was a Doberman from Tennessee. Gun shop in Tennessee. I thought this was a pretty nice paint job. This is from Icon, I believe, out of Florida. They're making little galils. This is essentially a laundry bag paint job, but it gives it that cool scale, snake scale thing. Okay, somebody fell over. He's ready to go to sleepy. Come on, man. Gotta give him a kissy. All right, now he's going to sleep. Another one from Icon. Kind of nice. This is a little pistol version. Okay, so it comes to that case. Pretty nice little case situation. There's that puppy again. .556, essentially little galils, assembled in Florida. Then you got that big one. It's harder to see, but there's that big one here going across the top. And that would be in 308, I'm assuming. And then their picture of their booth. So they got their flare gun coming in. They've got the G pistol, they're calling it. You got your rifle, full-size Galil. And then you got your 9mm AR looking thing. This was over in the new building. Well, let's see. There's a bunch of patches and whatnot and things and some patch trading and some stuff. More patch trading. Here's Meade Performance Ammo out of Nebraska. Bunch of pictures of their booth. Some more pictures of that Doberman. This was earlier before I met them. And then after about the third time I said, hey, they're like, we started chatting more. Let's see, some more pictures of stuff and things. More from Maxim over there. Let's see. This was the media room on day 2, I think. Give you some idea of what the media room is like when it's in full blast. This was standing in the back corner, taking a look at some of the foods, drinks, fruits and breads. I just pause there, I guess. Well, that's as long as it is. So anyhow, pretty deluxe the one day, and then it got really bad, really, really bad after that. Did CZ unveil a 10mm? I don't know, probably. Let's see what else we got in here. That's a submarine downstairs. That's their pizza the other day. First aid kits downstairs. That's that submarine again, Kilo Niner. That's the breaching tool. Seven. This is over at Maxim again, but they have this cool. Essentially, it's the quick release rail for a PKM. So when you have bell-fed things and you've got them mounted on vehicles, that's cool. But what happens if you want to book out of there? Now, Maxim makes the can for this. I believe they're also making the quick release mount that lets you take the PKM up out of there and start running with it if necessary. And, not everybody needs to do that kind of stuff, but it is interesting stuff to know that it's being developed and worked on and I guess developed is what you want. So you've got I keep wanting to say Egyptian. Those are Yugo bayonets in the back there. You've got Type 81s that cost like $100, and then you've got something else. Oh yeah, Polish training bayonets. You can just buy Polish training bayonets now. So good luck with that. That's just a thing now. Those were very, very unobtainable for a long time, very difficult to find, and now you can get them in essentially new condition. Coming out of those Cold War inventories, pretty neat. This is at Northridge, pretty sure. Was it? Yeah, Northridge International. So you do get to see some interesting stuff. I guess there was other stuff in there that I'm just not paying attention to. I don't even know what that Bakelite is. And then a bunch of G3 stuff. There was probably some stripper clips up top. But Northridge is represented. You had this giant deer walking around. Pretty dangerous considering it's a hunting show. There's your POF 9mm. Dude from this place giving me the badge off of their thing. Was that from Knight's Armament? That guy was giving me that's from Knight's Armament, giving me the badge right off of, or the patch right off of his badge on like the second day. That's pretty cool. All right, what do we got here? RSR showing off the MSR. Oh no, these are from Arsenal. So this is the Arsenal booth. RSR just helps distribute them, but essentially the SAS M7 and the SAS M7 up on top also. And then the M7s. These are just 3 different versions of an M7. The milled underfolder. Are they even different now that I'm looking at them? I don't think they are. So that was Arsenal. I didn't really take a picture or too much at the Arsenal booth. Probably should have. Got NAA. Got Palmetto's big signage here for their AK on the wall. What's this? See that little snot that just came out of that dog's nose? So some kind of weird flaky dry snot came out of it. I don't have a problem with Arsenal. I just don't think they've come up with anything new in a while. So I don't know if there's anything new to talk about at the show from them. But every time I think about that or assume something like that, I find out that I was a dumbass and I missed something. So I could have easily missed something. Here's another robot. There's lots and lots of robots at the show. People don't even pay attention to what robots can do now. So essentially, I had an anti-robot device, and this robot was able to discover it and then attack me. Luckily, my anti-robot devices were enough to stop the robot's aggressive attacks until it could be assisted by some humans. But essentially, robot attacked. Once again, this year at SHOT Show. I've got video footage of it. I'll post it. I'm not scared. Here's another robot that has a shotgun on it. So a bunch of people are like, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to worry about robots, and shotguns are so good. Well, there's a robot with a shotgun on it. So you essentially just gave shotguns to robots. This is more food from the media day, or media room, so people can document that they do sometimes give us food. Then shooting at Palmetto State AK the other day at the range. Then I guess I shot some other ones too. I'm less interested in the 5.56 versions, but you know, they had them out there. And there's the the bayonet extended on it. Looks pretty good. Which I was still collecting because I would be now trying to get one of them bayonets. Otherwise, I think that's about it. A bunch of off-air stuff and parties and things. And I don't know if anybody was showing these signs from around town, but these signs are out all over the place. They were trying to, trying to do something. This is my 80% Reese's peanut butter cups that I make. I take peanuts and I jam dark chocolate in there, and then it's essentially like having an 80% Reese's peanut butter cup. Nobody knows. There's no serial numbers on that. Nobody knows how many of them I'm making. And then this is the rest of range day. And then, of course, heading over to the surplus store show that nobody goes to, where they got a bunch of RPGs and 50 BMGs and cool stuff like that. Nobody likes that show. Not much AK stuff. There was the Lego version of AKs again, or an AK version of Legos over there again, but that's out of my what do you call it? Price range. There's another big giant banner they were paying for. So they had these giant banners in Vegas that the antis were paying for. It's weird how the order of these is. I don't know why the order is all so weird. Maybe it's because it would. I was gonna say maybe it's because I was showing some of the ones, or it was showing some of the ones that I posted on Instagram, maybe. But I don't think we're gonna find any more AK stuff unless I'm wrong, and then there will be some more AK stuff. But I'm thinking this is getting earlier and earlier on range day. Oh, what do you know? I did find some more AK stuff. So this here is US Palms logo. I don't think I like it. And then you got this ammo and one of their magazines or somebody else's magazines, and then you got these crazy, I don't know if those are stocks or braces. That was also a Palmetto. There's a picture of it. So now you're talking 5.56, so whatever, but a rocking magazine at least. Your front end is like a Century Series, whatever, 10 something. So 90-degree gas block, sight on the gas block. And then you got a folding stock, but it's this. So I don't know if this is a stock. I didn't get a good picture of it. Or if that's a brace. I mean, it definitely folds, but I'm guessing it's just a plain old stock. I don't know. It's a little bit too fangled for me. Newfangled, I guess. And then there's a picture of, come on, is this a video? There's a picture of their folding stock. Looks an awful lot like that raw one from the other picture, so maybe the other company helped them. Look at that. That looks pretty pretty danged good as far as triangle side folders are going to be. And I'm guessing this is on a 7.62 by 39. So that pistol grip, I don't know where they get off with this pistol grip. Somebody probably likes that. But that part's weird. Let's see. Then you got your carbon. What's that thing called? Suppressor. I guess that's it. That might have been the first picture I took. So there you go. That's essentially the pictures that are on their way from SHOT Show off of my new phone, thanks to Pink for this phone. This is where I took almost every picture from SHOT Show, just about. And they're still on there, so I got to pull them off of there and do something with them. All right. I don't know if anybody's saying anything AK related. Looks like G23 is taken off. Puppy has fallen asleep, so he's doing better. He's just not 100% yet. So thanks everybody for good wishes for the puppies. Mello is over there. She's only coughed like 3 times today. And I'm assuming she's doing pretty much better. Turn that off. So thanks to Keith, Dustin, and To Life Moo, Woods, and Wesley, G23, and 545. 545, I need to get your stuff shipped. I've been trying to work on getting the poster figured out with Alan Anchor, so I appreciate your patience on that. Lots of free stuff coming your way when I get the order shipped out. And Screaming Skull Saloon asked about 10mm and the CZ. I don't know. Looks like G.I. Joe, Cobra, Python, Patrol paint job. So I don't know if you're talking about that icon with the kind of red and blue snake scale, I guess. It's really just you take a laundry bag and you put it down and you spray paint the colors on top, and it works really good for making that snake scale. Well, I don't know about the bacon part. I don't remember what that was in regards to. All right, Screaming Saloon is taken off also. Tell you what, it's super cold here, so I'm going to also take off and try to get some sleep. I've been sleeping in a chair because a puppy did not do too good in the bed the other day, but I'm hoping he's feeling better, and I'm going to risk sleeping in the bed with him. So I think I'm going to figure out a way to put a bunch of garbage bags underneath of a towel and then put him on top of that and maybe save some of the rest of my bed from that. But I think he'll be able to get through the night without leaking, let's say. And yeah, we'll see everybody tomorrow. So thanks for those who are supporting our projects with Patreon. It's about all we've got at this point, so we'll keep going as long as we can. We encourage you to check out other people who are out there doing their thing in lots of creative ways. Value the stuff that, or I should say, support the stuff that you value. If that means financially, awesome. But if it means sharing the works and the posts, that can help a lot. I discovered earlier today that Barbecue didn't know about a bunch of stuff that was happening in Nebraska. If we all depend on the platforms that we're suspect of to do the job of alerting us and being aware of what each other are doing, then we're asking a lot of those platforms that we're not necessarily earning our trust. So let's help spread the word on these different platforms for people that are doing good stuff. There's lots of important stuff happening. We'll be getting back to 2A tomorrow. Let's see. That's about 50 minutes in. I'll tell you what I'm going to end up doing is probably going live on a separate show, and we'll go through Instagram and just had a coughing fit. We'll go live and talk about Instagram Lots of interesting stuff happening over there. And also shout out the FPC, more specifically the Coffee with Craig series from SHOT Show this year. I've been watching that as I've been working on some projects here on the computer. So I've been listening to most of them are about 15 minutes episodes from SHOT Show this year on the Coffee with Craig series, brought to you by FPC. Probably some of the best stuff, most concise, like updates. Exactly what I would think we'd want from the Gun Rights Policy Conference. Sort of a update from each of the people that he talks to who represent the various organizations out there that are doing good stuff. So we'll do something to focus on that specifically. I won't mix it in with this AK stuff. But again, thanks to the people who showed up for the AK stuff. And give us some feedback. Is it worth doing on a regular basis, on a weekly, every other week? Till next time, thanks for joining us. And thanks again to the folks who are supporting our projects. Keep us here.